Hey, obviously, I know you are hoping that the offseason starts a lot later than mid-May for you guys and what you guys are trying to accomplish. But, as a rookie that's put in a lot of time and seen a lot of guys, on opposite teams, do you kind of have a list in your head of, hey, as soon as this offseason starts or this summer starts, these are the things I need to work on to improve my game? I mean, do you have a cognizant list in your head where you say, I definitely want to get better at this, this, and this? And what are those things if you do?
Kind of like you said to start the question, we still have the rest of the season to go. We still have goals and aspirations of a postseason after the regular conference games are over. So that's pretty much been the focus now. I haven't really thought about much of the summer. More just thinking about what I can do, what we can do as a team to make sure that we play after 72 games. So that's just been the main focus.
And then the other question is, obviously since the trade, your number of shots have gone down. How much is that is the offense, or how much of that is you kind of trying to find your place and not step on toes and pick your spots of when to shoot compared to before the makeup of this team was changed at the deadline?
I just think it's it's our team. Each day, since we've had Zach out, and we got now we have Troy out too, and before that we had other guys out with injuries and things like that. So it's always been next man up mentality. I think as a team we just do a good job of moving the ball. Just make sure that the ball has energy, that we're moving on offense. And then whoever shoots it, we feel comfortable with that shot. So that's pretty much been it. Just make sure that we're running our offense. And whoever shoots it. We're not really too worried about number of shots. Like I said, that's never been pretty much the focus of us. Never saying that one guy has to get more shots than another guy, but just make sure that we play the right way offensively, move the ball, move the bodies, and then we have talented guys on the team who can make shots, take shots. So that's pretty much it.
Thanks, man.
Rob, go ahead, please.
Hey, Pat. We've talked to you a lot this year about your goals as a defensive player, be a stopper, take on the toughest assignment every night, things like that. I'm sure you're not someone who sets statistical benchmarks offensively, but I'm curious about your kind of aspirations on that end of the floor too. Like when you look down the road in your career, what skill set, maybe what role do you aspire to kind of fill as an offensive player when you look down the road?
Kind of the same as defensively, just versatile, can play multiple different positions, and can just make plays. The play doesn't always have to be scoring. I think a lot of times that's the play that gets the most attention, or that's the play that people recognize the most. But there are a lot of other plays to be made offensively other than just scoring. So I just want to make plays, kind of like I do, like I said, defensively. Just guard whoever, and just offensively be able to play whatever position. I think earlier this season I was able to play two sometimes when guys were out, and then move down to the four, and also play the three. So I think that this year I've kind of been able to be versatile offensively as well. But like I said, just making plays, being versatile, being able to do multiple different things on the offensive end. Like I said, just other than scoring, obviously scoring is a big part. I mean, we have to score points, but I just think I want to be a guy that can make plays, whether it's driving kick or just pretty much whatever, make a read. That kind of makes the offense so much easier for us as a team. So just be versatile offensively as well. That's pretty much been the goal.
Then I just had one on the play-in race too. What value do you think, if you guys do make it, could kind of playoff atmosphere games have for you at this stage of your career? And you could even apply it just to like the 11 games down the stretch. You're kind of in a must-win scenario for all of them, but just that atmosphere, what effect do you think it could have in terms of you developmentally and things like that?
I mean, it definitely gives me something to kind of give feedback on. I've only heard about playoff games and kind of how serious they are. I mean, we kind of after the game in Boston, after that win, everybody was kind of coming into the locker room saying that was kind of like a playoff atmosphere. That's kind of what a playoff game feels like, even though they had limited fans. So I can only just imagine kind of what the playoffs are like. So just kind of like you said, with the experience, it's always good to have experience under my belt, especially when I have very little coming into this league as a rookie. So just any experience that I can get, whether it's just playing another game or actually being in the I guess the play-in bubble or making it to the playoffs. Just that experience for me as a player, and then just playing against other teams and other players. Just the experience part, I think, would be the biggest.
Thanks, Pat.
Casey, go ahead, please.
Patrick, speaking of atmospheres, have you played in Madison Square Garden before?
Never. I've never been in New York either. I think I had my senior year, Jordan Berry Classic was supposed to be in New York, but they were in the playoffs, so it wasn't in New York. And then, of course, the draft was supposed to be in, I think, Brooklyn again this year, but that was virtual. So every time I had a chance to come to New York, it always got shot down. So I'm excited to be here. Seems like a lot going on, but Madison Square Garden, I mean, just being there for shoot around, you just kind of felt the energy in there. Just kind of look up at, in the rafters and just see how many numbers they had and, how many players they had come through this program. So it's just, just a different energy here.
I also wanted to ask you one about, I think you've only missed one game this season. What kind of pride are you taking, just in being available almost every game in a pretty difficult and challenging season? I mean, no other season, but this is an atypical NBA season. So how much pride do you take in that statistic?
I've never been a guy that kind of got hurt a lot, but I just thought that was, just a part of the game, just a part of me. I just never got hurt a lot. And then kind of when I first got here, we had guys going through some injuries, in preseason. They kind of just told me that, being healthy and being available is a skill. And it's kind of your best skill, because no matter how good you are, if you're not available, then, you're not available, basically. So guys like OP and Thad and, guys who are really taking care of their body, and GT, who have been in this league for a while, they always, just tell me to stay healthy. They stay on me about, rehab and, eating right, things like that. Even though as a 19-year-old kid, it doesn't feel like I need to do it. Doesn't seem like I need to do it, but they just stay on me about, eating right and being healthy and, take care of my body, because that's what's going to get me through if I want to play, 15 plus years like some of those guys have. So that's pretty much been the biggest thing, just listening to them, just, being all ears to anything they have to say.
Thank you.
Jamal, go ahead, please.
Hey, man. I know you talked about it, and you kind of talked about it now a couple of times before. What have you learned as far as like routine wise with things? Have you started to implement to sort of adjust on a day-to-day basis?
I think it's an ongoing process for sure. But I think as the season has gone on, I've been able to mark out things. So maybe pregame I try to eat this or try to eat that. And if it works, then I stay with it. But if it doesn't, then I mark it out. And I just think it's trial and error. You got guys like I said, Garrett, Thad, Chief, who've been in this league for a while. A lot more guys on the team who have been in this league for a while, and they're still tweaking their routines, things like that. So I see that. I try to try to copy some things they do, and if it works for me, then I keep it, and if it doesn't, then move on to the next. So I just think it's an ongoing process for sure. I still don't have a set routine yet, but like I said, it's day by day and just trying new things, trying to see what works and what doesn't. So
Are you eating breakfast every day now? Billy said that was a thing. He was
breakfast is definitely one of those things that I've started to pick up on. I don't have a strict diet for breakfast yet, but just eating breakfast is a big part.
And just last thing from me, just how is, I mean, you know, we obviously can talk about it, but your body right now, a lot of games, obviously coming in a good time, kind of a rapid pace. Just, I don't know, how do you feel compared to, I don't even want to say a college season, but like, how does your body feel right now?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's you have some days where you wake up and you feel fine. You have some days where you wake up and your body's just tired. But we have a great rehab team here who kind of stay on me as well as my vets. Diet is a huge part of that. Just make sure that you get enough vegetables. Make sure she's eating the right things. A lot of pasta for carbs, and make sure you have energy, things like that. Just to kind of stay on top of it, but before you feel bad, instead of trying to fix it when you already feel bad. So my body's been fine. I'm young, so I can bounce back quick. But as I get older in this league, I definitely have to stay on top of diet and things like that.
Appreciate it, man.
Chuck, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. Patrick, good to see you. Really quick, are you the type of guy that goes on the internet a lot to find out what's going on with the league in terms of games? Once a game over, do you find out like scores, or do you read the box scores, or do you follow what is happening in the Eastern Conference now with seeds?
I watch a little bit of it. I try not to focus on it too much, just because I want to focus on us. I think if we do the things we need to do, we'll be in the right position at the end of the season. So I just try to focus on us for the most part. But to your question, I don't go to the internet as much. I usually go to my ESPN app or NBA League Pass, kind of watch some of the games. Of course, watch the final scores, but not too much of the box score. But like I said, the main focus is just us, make sure that we're doing the right things. Because I think as a team, if we do the right things, kind of like we have been doing, defending and move the ball offensively, then at the end of the season we'll be right where we want to be.
And Patrick, just a quick follow-up. You were probably in elementary school when Derrick won the MVP with the Bulls. And so I'm just wondering, like, do you remember, or did you see him as a Bull when you were growing up as a kid, and your thoughts about Rose as a Bull?
I definitely did, see some of those games. I don't have a very, keen, memory of him as a Bull, but I definitely remember, some of those dunks that he had and some of those moments that he had as a Bull. And obviously he was, legendary here. Is self-explanatory, the type of season that he had here in Chicago, and just the type of person that he was, in Chicago. We have, some of the guys still on the staff that were here when he was here, and they just have, high praises of him as a player, how hard he worked, and then him, as a person off the court. You kind of get that vibe from him, just from everybody that you meet that's met him. They have nothing but good things to say about him, and I just think that's a testament to his character and the type of person that he is. So, but tonight we got to go at him. So,
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Patrick, that's our last one. Appreciate your time this morning.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you later tonight.